And now, broadcasting from the top of the skyscraper that is the Markham Hall on the Rogers State University campus in Claremore, it's Green Country's most exciting radio show, Free Association. And now, here is the Fort Smith Fireball, your champion of chicken, and your deluxe dueling DJ, Mark Lane.
Thank you for that introduction, KO. And welcome to Free Association, folks. This is Mark Lane. And on today's show, we'll tell jokes, we'll have a Mark Lane versus, and we'll look at the headlines. What do we got going on here? I'm a Cowboys fan, okay? And I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're going to want to hear what I have to say about this whole Ben Roethlisberger sex scandal thing. And also, guess which Republican endorsed Judge Sotomayor? I'll tell you all about it right here on Free Association. But for right now, let Portugal the Man tell you all about work all day on Free Association. The request line is open, 918-343-7913. Alright, that was Kasabian with Fire right here on Free Association with yours truly, Mark Lane. And before that, we had Rivers Cuomo with Don't Want to Let You Go. Ugh, I know what you mean. And then before that, we had Sonic Youth with Leaky Lifeboat. All right here on Free Association. And if there's a song that you want to hear, the request line remains open at 918-343-7913. But until that time, you should be informed and know what's going on in the rest of the world. Let's go to headlines. Okay, so what did I tell you? Oh yeah, the Ben Roethlisberger thing. It appears that a casino employee out in Nevada, Lake Tahoe, Nevada, is suing Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, accusing him of sexually assaulting her at a Nevada hotel while he was in town for a celebrity golf tournament back in July of 2008. This was before they entered their Super Bowl season. And this just in, out of the Associated Press, the law enforcement officials in Nevada have no intention of opening a criminal investigation into allegations that Ben Roethlisberger raped the woman at a Lake Tahoe hotel a year ago. So there you go. The Douglas County Sheriff's Deputy Teresa Duffy said that the accuser would have to file a criminal complaint to trigger an investigation into the incident that the woman says occurred, last year at the hotel thing there. And then the laugh line out of the whole thing is what Ben Roethlisberger's attorney said, quote, "Ben has never sexually assaulted anyone, especially the accused." Especially? Like he's... what? Oh my gosh, Ben, please. Your O-line protects you pretty well, but if your O-line protects you as well as this guy does, you'd be the most sacked quarterback in the league. But why does this happen to Ben after he wins a Super Bowl? You remember the motorcycle wreck after they won Super Bowl 40? Now this thing? I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, why do these things seem to happen to Ben after he wins a Super Bowl? Hey, there are many quarterbacks they trade to Super Bowl wins for this kind of stuff. I bet you. Then what's going on in the real world, in the world of politics, we have, you remember Judge Sotomayor, the Supreme Court nominee recommended by Obama that's going to fill in for Justice Breyer, who's stepping down. Anyway, Lindsey Graham, on one of the Republicans on I think he's on the Judicial Committee, the Senate Judicial Committee there, said that he's going to vote for Judge Sonia Sotomayor. And I like what they put, the Associated Press. They said he's one of the party's conservative leaders. Yeah, he was so conservative that he tried to vote for that amnesty bill back in 2007, which raised the ire of conservatives. That's the one thing I really don't like about the news is they try to make it into ball teams. Like, it's conservatives versus liberals, Republicans versus Democrats. Sometimes the lines are pretty much, they're too blurred for that. I had a professor like that in this past year, my sophomore year. He saw things the same way as like two ball teams going up against each other. What else is going on in the world? A young mom dead after a MySpace meeting. Oh, you hate to see stuff like that happen. Well, I can guarantee you that if you ever met RSU Radio on MySpace, nothing bad would happen. That's right. Check us out, not creeps on MySpace. Check us out at www.myspace.com/RSU Radio. We're also on Facebook too. You'll have to find us under Rogers State Radio, and we Twitter too at RSU Radio. So yeah, so there it is for you, and here it is for you. The weather coming up after the break, and then Japanese Motor with spending days, and you can spend your days calling me at 918-343-7913 for a request. It's free association. All right, that was Grizzly Bear with Ready Able right here on Free Association. This is Mark Lane, and I will be with you until 7 o'clock on this Wednesday evening. And before that, we had the Rural Alberta with Rush Apart. And then before that, we had a request, She and Him with This Is Not a Test. And so there we go. We had one request, so that means I have one listener today. No, really, I didn't mean this. I wasn't saying the thing about, oh, woe is me, nobody's calling in for a request to get you to call for a request. I was making a larger point, which is I know it's vacation season. Again. Oh, I guess people don't want to hear me talk. That's okay. Well, you'll want to hear Turbo talk because he's going to tell you about the concert calendar, and you'll want to hear Rancid with, I guess Tip got that. Oh, good guy, good guy. So I mentioned Tip and Turbo there, and I'll mention them a little later, but not before I mention our boss, who I saw in a grocery store. It was the eve before she went on her vacation, and she said, "Oh, it's nice to see you here. Now you're making me depressed because you're making me think of work." So maybe I have that effect with people, and that's why people aren't calling in. Oh yeah, but that's how bad it is if you remind somebody of work when they see you outside of work. Anyway, I mentioned Tip and Turbo. Yeah, they got a show together. You didn't hear about that? Yeah, they have a show Mondays and Fridays from 5 to 7 on 91.3 FM. They talk about music, pop culture, fashion, or each other. You want to listen to it Mondays and Fridays at 5 right here on 91.3 FM. Okay, as I said in the concert calendar. Then we have Rancid with Lulu right here on Free Association.
91.3.
That was So Many Dynamos with Glaciers right here in the middle of July on Free Association with yours truly, Mark Lane. What time is it? It's 7 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's time for a joke. Now, I'm going to try something new. You know how sometimes I get these lists or whatever? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to narrow them down. You know how David Letterman has his top 10? Well, I'm going to have my Super 7, I guess we'll call it now. But basically, I'm going to pick 7. Why 7? Because I was raised in a biblically oriented home where, you know, the Bible was important and so forth. And so the number 7 was, you know, it's a biblical number. So I'm doing it that way. And so there we go. That's the number 7. Hey, it was either that or 40 Days of 40 Nights of Telling You Jokes. All right? Okay, keeping with the vacation motif, here we go. Number 1. If you are running late for a flight, it will depart from the farthest gate within the terminal. Number 2. If you arrive very early for a flight, it inevitably will be delayed. Number 3. Flights never leave from gate number 1 at any terminal in the world. Number 4. Only passengers seated in window seats ever have to give up to go to the bathroom. Number 5. The crying baby on your flight is always seated next to you. Number 6. The best-looking woman on your flight is never seated next to you. Oh, yeah, tell me about it. Number 7. The less carry-on luggage space available on an aircraft, the more carry-on luggage passengers will bring aboard. There we go, there we go. The 7 whatever on traveling. Since we're talking about traveling, I guess that's the motif here on Free Association. But what's always the motif is requests. And we have a request right here. Ben Lee, what's so bad about feeling good? I don't know, you tell me at 918-343-7913 and give me a request while you're at it.